Within this video, I will be showcasing the experience you'll receive when attending an online training session with combined knowledge of the SharePoint experts. Our enhanced online training will provide just as rich and interactive an experience as classroom training. This is shown within the video primarily from the attendee's perspective. Before the course, every attendee will receive a joining instructions email including all of the information required to access their own individual virtual training environment. This will contain two main links, one of which will connect the attendee to the meeting space and the other will connect to the hands-on lab environment, which we will see later in this demonstration. Once the attendee has clicked the link to the meeting space, they will be able to enter a name to identify themselves for the duration of the course. As you will see here, the attendee has full control over the size and placement of the components of the meeting space. These include a live video feed of the enthusiastic and knowledgeable instructors who are always available to assist the attendees via audio, instant messenger chat tool, and the question and answer tool. We will see these and more in action throughout this demonstration. The question and answer tool allows the attendees to submit questions directly to the instructor, responses to which will be sent back privately or can be shared with the group. Here you can see the attendee submitting a question and then the instructor's response promptly appears. This tool is particularly useful for questions which are off topic. However, attendees are encouraged to ask questions verbally at any point during the course. The instant messenger chat tool can not only be used to communicate with the instructor, but attendees can also utilize this in order to share thoughts and ideas with each other. Here you can see a conversation taking place between an attendee and the instructor. This tool functions in much the same way as any common instant messenger. In this example, the attendee has initiated a conversation with the instructor in order to ask a question. This is different to the question and answer tool as it allows the conversation to go back and forth as required only between the two parties involved. Information will be imparted to the attendees using the same variety of techniques found in every good classroom, such as presentation slides to give the course structure and focus, and a whiteboard for ad hoc diagrams. Here you can see the instructor moving between slides while introducing the module objectives and discussing the theories behind creating lists and libraries in SharePoint 2010, before reinforcing these theories with a live demonstration. In this demonstration, you can see the instructor going through the process of creating a new list or a library within a SharePoint 2010 site. And here you can see the instructor demonstrating the fact that all the list and library templates are categorized to make them easier to find. Some topics are best explained with the aid of diagrams. Here you'll see the instructor making use of the whiteboard tool to show how lists and libraries fit within the SharePoint hierarchy. This tool is even better than conventional whiteboards as diagrams are stored across multiple pages and can therefore be referred back to at later times in the course. The file containing these diagrams can then be made available to the attendees after the course. Here you can see the instructor making use of the polling tool in order to check the attendees' understanding of the topic before moving on. This can also be used by the instructor to obtain general feedback where necessary. The results of the poll can be presented to the class if the instructor chooses to do so. As mentioned earlier, attendees will be able to use the link in their joining instructions email to connect to the hands-on lab environment, within which they have the opportunity to perform a series of relevant exercises at the end of each module, which are detailed in the comprehensive printed manuals supplied to each attendee. Here you can see the attendee has received joining instructions email and is connecting to their individual lab environment using the details provided in the email. Once the attendee has connected, they can access their own fully functional SharePoint environment. If an attendee requires any assistance during any of their lab exercises, the instructor can view the attendee's lab environment and even take control if necessary. Here you can see the instructor assisting an attendee during a lab by demonstrating how to remove a web part from a page in SharePoint 2010. So as you can see, by attending online courses with the expert trainers of Combined Knowledge, you will receive just as rich and interactive an experience as our classroom-based training, with the added benefit of being able to attend from the convenient comfort of your home or office. For more information on our range of online training courses or to book your place, please contact the Combined Knowledge sales team.